What is going on, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls? This is the Press Play Podcast. I almost introduced it like I was going to do my YouTube channel, oddly enough. But this is the Press Play Podcast, and I'm your host, Drew Hedinger, along with my co-host here today, Drayton.
Yes, sir.
All right, today we got a kind of different, but it's going to be a fun video. I think you guys will enjoy it. We're going to talk about how YouTube, like kind of the way we see YouTube and what our goals are in pursuing, and kind of like how we started and got involved with the whole YouTube scene, and kind of where we see ourselves going, or what our plans are going forward. So I guess why not talk about the past first, right?
Yeah.
So we just want to talk about our first experience with YouTube.
Yeah, I'm fine with that. I can remember it clear as day. So you can.
All right. So
you want to start?
I think it was 2015. Back in 2015, I started a YouTube channel. Not gonna put the name out there, but I started a YouTube channel, and I uploaded a lot of baseball, MLB, the show content, and I don't know. I actually did pretty good, I think, for the amount of time that I did that channel. Started out, just streaming and stuff like that. But eventually it got to where I was making videos. And granted, they weren't very good videos. They weren't professional. But I just used the PlayStation 4 and the Share Factory. And that's how I did everything. And I almost got up to 100 subscribers. And doing that just by like using a PlayStation and not even really putting that much work into my content, but just enough. I mean, I think that's pretty impressive.
No doubt. I was impressed when you hit I think you got like 75 or 70 subscribers.
That meant a lot to me, and it's since gone down, obviously, because people aren't going to say subscribe to a channel that doesn't upload. But yeah, I really was impressed with myself, and that's kind of what made me feel like. Granted, it's nothing like huge or anything, but I was like, hey, like maybe I can go somewhere with this. If this many people enjoy what I'm doing, then maybe I actually have a shot at this, because I'm one of those people that doesn't want to work in a cubicle for their whole life. I don't want to be under somebody else getting told what to do. I want to be able to do something that I enjoy and put that out there and entertain people, and whatever facet that's in. But I am definitely not going to live my life working a 9-to-5 job, working under somebody, them telling me what to do, bossing me around. That is not me. That is not what I am here for. And that is what drives me now. That kind of going on to now, I guess I'll let you answer, but right now, that's what's pushing me, just because it's something I really enjoy and want to pursue and want to do with my life.
I understand completely. I mean, it's not fun working under somebody. Like YouTube, and the way I see it's kind of like your own business,
Mm-hmm.
And it honestly really is when you think about it, because the more you put into it, the more you're going to get out of it. You feel? So it's like a job. The more effort you put into it, the more you're going to get out of it. And so and then there's some of the big YouTubers, they go above and beyond. They start selling merchandise and all that stuff. It's just a matter of how dedicated you are. And then a lot of the YouTubers nowadays actually are making enough to where they pay other people to edit the videos for them, and that's in a way their own business.
Yeah. And that's awesome. They can literally give somebody else a job, so they don't have to do some crappy job at some factory or something. They literally employ somebody else by using their skills, and I love that. And that's kind of where I'd like to be. I'd like to be able to have my own merch, and employ people. I think that'd be really cool. Yeah, because I don't know, I just feel like I wouldn't be, when push comes to shove, things might be different, but I don't feel like I'd be one of those, just pricks, I guess, is the best way to put it, that you see so much of in today's workforce.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, I mean, YouTube's from what I've heard, it's a fun job. It really is, because when you get to that point anyway, or, you can get to that point in any instance, like say you got a friend that's willing to do it for you, or for, whatever. It just becomes you playing games, recording, and then just giving the footage to somebody else to edit, and that's amazing, because you're getting paid the big bucks just to play a game, while having somebody edit on the side. It still gives them a job, obviously, but it's not like they're getting as much as you are. But you understand, it's a job. It's like a CEO of a business. They get the big bucks, and they have all the cronies do all the hard work. Like that's just how I see it. But
that whole merch idea is just really brilliant, honestly. Just build your own brand and then sell it. Like that's something that I really am motivated to push towards, because to my knowledge and from things I've heard, the best way to know that you're doing well monetarily is by getting money when you're not working.
yep.
And anybody who's doing that is just building a ladder to the skies of potential for themselves and making it to where they can retire early. They don't have to break their back every single day. Work smarter, not harder.
Mm-hmm. No, amen to that. And I can distinctly remember my first experience with YouTube. It was a long time ago. It was probably 2006, I want to say, and I actually have it up on my screen here. YouTube was founded in February of 2005, and I remember because at the time my family and I were in a renting house, like we were renting it,
Mm-hmm.
and we had one laptop. And I remember watching my mom watch videos on Google or the internet, and I was like,
Mm-hmm.
whoa, like videos. Like I was so used to television and stuff, the fact that you can watch it on this little device, it's like whoa. So I went over there and I started like looking up, I don't know, stupid stuff, because I was really into dinosaurs and Jurassic Park. So I looked up like Jurassic Park, and it would bring up like Jurassic Park 3 or something, or like these crazy like battles and stuff, and that slowly got me introduced to that. And then from then on, I couldn't put the computer down. Like I just constantly had to be watching these videos because it was so entertaining and so interesting. And like it's just crazy to think how it's grown from then, just from people posting stupid videos or random stuff to now like people making millions and billions probably on it. I mean, like PewDiePie, top YouTuber.
No, it's really insane just to think that, honestly, just by sitting in your own home, your apartment, whatever, just the place you call your own, just working on your computer, playing video games, just entertaining people. It is awesome that can be a livelihood opportunity for certain people. And obviously, you have to put the work in order to get to that point. But that's just, I think that's something we should all strive just to do, something that we want to do. And that's something that I want to do. And I don't necessarily know which direction. Like there's so many directions you can go with YouTube. That's the beautiful thing about it. You can literally do anything you want. You could eat food and do food reviews and be a YouTube channel that way. I mean, the possibilities are honestly endless. And of course, I think I would do better in like probably the gaming world and part of YouTube, just for the simple fact that it's like probably my biggest hobby and what I dedicate myself the most to. So I feel like I have a good idea of that kind of stuff. But if I were wanting to do a sports channel or anything like that, I mean, you can just do it all at your house. You don't have to go clock in. You don't have to go to a place. You don't have to worry about if the roads are clear. You can just get on your computer. As long as you have an internet connection and a computer, you're good to go.
It's that work from home thing that a lot of people, especially
Mhm.
older individuals, strive for, is the ability to work from home because
Mhm.
like granted, it's not healthy to stay inside all the time, but you
Oh
don't
no,
have to. You don't have to.
no,
Like you said, you get your work done, your video uploaded, you have the rest of the day to do nothing. Like it's just a matter of how quickly you can get that stuff out. Once you get it out, then you can go out and do whatever you want.
exactly. And from my experience watching YouTube, there's a lot of YouTubers that they'll make their videos, edit them, put them all together, thumbnails, all that, and then they'll go and like go work out or go do whatever they want for the rest of the day. They'll go hiking, they'll go take their dog out for a walk or something like that. I mean, you're not just sitting inside all day. I mean, that's not what it is, and people shouldn't think that. You actually, do other things as well. It's the same as any other job, except you actually have more time, more often than not, to do those things that you want. So why would you not want to pursue that? Granted, there's not like a good safety net, like in case like, oh, if YouTube were to crash. But you know what? If you can get a following, what I've seen, people will stick with you through thick and thin.
Mm-hmm.
Your followers are dedicated to you. It's honestly I don't like to put it like this, but it's honestly kind of like a cult. They're there for you in a good way. In a good way.
Yeah, and a good
They're
cult.
there for you, and they have your back, unless you do something horrible or something like that. But even then, there's still those crazy people out there that'll still be there for them. And
Mhm.
I mean, honestly, you kind of need like a mix of like everybody wanting to be a fan of yours if you want to stay around. Because I mean, I've known plenty of YouTubers that have just quit doing YouTube and just started streaming full time. I mean, they have followers on Instagram, on Twitter, wherever. There's people that'll follow them to the end of the earth, and that's something really cool too. I feel like it would be cool, like if I wanted to post a question or like see like what people think. I could just go on like a social media and like ask like my followers or fans or whatever, like like how do you see this or what. I think that'd be so cool
Mhm.
because you're always wanting to know answers to things and you can never get like the right answers or even get an answer. But with having a following, you're always able to do that in some form or another. And I think that'd be something to be really cool. Not just to be famous or whatever. I mean, that's cool.
Yeah.
But just to be able to have a voice out there, I think, and know that people are listening to it is my thing.
Right, and that's exactly where I was going with that, Drew. Is it's not necessarily the idea of being a celebrity.
Mm-hmm.
It's in a way, the way I see it is your viewers are your friends.
Exactly.
They're there to give you advice, to support you, and that kind of thing. So it's like that's just how I view it.
Mm-hmm.
Is the viewers? You're not there to gain fans. You're there to gain friends.
Yeah.
Is
That's what how I should have worded it, but yeah, no, that's
Mhm.
much better put.
So yeah, I mean, your friends are going to be the ones your true friends are the ones that are going to be there for you thick and thin, and even when times are rough, and that's why YouTube, a lot of YouTubers thank the viewers because they're thanking them because they're their friends, because
Exactly.
they're the ones that help them get to the point that they're at.
Exactly.
So I don't know, like when I remember I really wanted to start YouTube, and for whatever reason, I I wanted to go through my mom first to see if it was okay, because I was a young kid, and
Mm-hmm.
I didn't really know anything about email address and Google.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God, Google is it Google Plus? Is that what it was?
I believe so. God, that is so old.
It's
I
very, very
vaguely
old.
remember that.
I remember messaging people like from school on it. I remember that, like that was old, but
Mm-hmm.
um I just remember first channel I ever made, not like you said, not throwing out the name there because I don't want people to go and see that.
Yeah.
It was definitely a gaming channel. I wanted it to be that, but like, I didn't have a capture card. I didn't have a really good editing system, and I just kind of did it to do it, kind of
Mm-hmm.
thing. And I didn't really have any good games either besides Call of Duty because that's all I played. So
Mm-hmm.
what I do, the classic camera in front of the TV, film the TV kind of thing. And some of them I actually go back and watch once in a while, and they're not bad at all. Like
Mm-hmm.
I really, it brings back nostalgia. Like just oh my gosh, I can just because some of them were kind of funny. I remember there's one video. I had a friend. She was female, and it was me, her, and this other guy that we met. We were all playing Mob of the Dead on Black Ops 2. I remember this, and uh he said something, and I guess her mom heard that, and so she just started like yelling at him through her mic at the guy, and she was threatening to like wake up her husband and track him down and stuff because he actually lived all the way across the seas in England. So like, and I was like, oh my God. So I brought out my camera real quick and I started filming, and then I put the video up. So if y'all find that video, it shows the aftermath essentially. And then the best part is she thought it was me the whole time that was yelling the crap. So she starts like threatening to call the police on me, who's like the only American in this lobby. And I'm like, what? I didn't even do anything. I mean, it's just you never know what you're gonna get. And I just it brings back so many memories. YouTube.
Yeah, that's definitely another area that I wanted to hit on, the memory aspect of it too, because you can just go back and like, say like, hey, like I remember this time. Like it makes you completely like just go back to that time whenever you see that video that you recorded. Like I'll go back to my YouTube channel and watch some of my old MLB videos and I'll be like, wow, like I remember that seems just like, not that long ago. And it was like 6 years ago. Like I can't believe it's been that long now, but that's how long it's been. And I mean, even if you private it or whatever, like you'll still have those memories. That's what I love about it. Like just from another aspect, like just having those memories to look back on, to say like just honestly bring you back to that point in time, but also to say like, hey, I did this. Like because on my channel, the thing that I'm really proud, it's not that much, but I have a couple of videos that have touched 1,000 views, and that to me, while it's not like anything crazy, not even remotely, I mean that's a big deal. Just to think that like just somebody like me who didn't even put that much effort into something at the time, just got 1,000 views. Like what? I mean, I don't know. That's just kind of unreal to me. I don't know if it's because I haven't ever done anything like that, or just see it like as I don't know. Honestly, like YouTube kind of just feels like otherworldly to me. Like I don't see like the people as like so much as celebrities, but I don't know. It just seems like something that is like almost unreachable. But you know what? Unless you're willing to put the work in and the effort, it'll never happen. So you got to give yourself a fighting chance. And like I just said, like if you don't put the effort or work in, you're not going to get there. So even if it seems unattainable, even if it seems like you can't do it, you're never going to know until you try.
Yep.
And if you don't give up, I mean, Colonel Sanders' business failed like 5 or 6 times, and he was like 70 years old before KFC finally got up and running. So just that's something I always try to remember as well. Just never give up. And it's very hard to do, like kind of like right now, like with my YouTube channel that I've just started, Divulgent Drew Gaming. I will shout that one out because I'm currently working on it, trying to grow it. And I'll put the link to it below in the description if you want to check it out. But where was I going to go with that? Oh yeah. If you like, even if you're seeing like 5 to like 10 views on a video, you can't let that mess up your mojo. You got to keep putting it out there. You got to look past that, because at the bigger picture, if you look at the bigger picture, I don't know, you have to look at the bigger picture to
I mean, okay, I guess my thing is the bigger picture is people are watching it, like some people seeing it.
Yeah, but you have to look ahead is what I'm trying to say, to like, where you're successful, where you have you've done the best you can. And that, like, I'm not asking for 1 million subscribers, but just know that some people are watching, and you've got a decent number of fellow friends, we'll say. So that was a good analogy that you used. Friends, good example. More so than just fans. But yeah, to know that people will rock with you no matter what, and that they're there to hear your opinion because they value it. I don't know. It just feels like we're never like, as human beings, at least in my life, that nobody really cares what you have to say. And I don't know if it's just to like maybe make me feel that or something, but just to feel like you have a voice. I know I said it earlier, but that's one of the most important things to me, just to feel like you have, not like power, but your word matters to people. It's not just thrown out to the curb like it is in every other aspect of life besides by your family, even your family sometimes, but not so often your family. And your friends, they'll listen to you more so than not, from my experience anyways. But to feel like you can have that impact on other people, I don't know. I really enjoy that. Something I strive for.
And I don't want to brainwash anybody. Like
no,
like people accept your opinion. You just it's appealing to give your opinion than see people,
not even agree, but just listen to it.
Yeah, listen. Like I don't know. It's just. I forgot where I was going with that.
Yeah, I mean, this is definitely different from what we've done. You got to really think about it.
And we're really digging in deep here. I mean, we're really bringing up some really old stuff here. I guess I'll go on this note. I do remember when I started my channel, it was right after you started your channel, I think. And I was super excited, especially with the PS4 and it had the record screen, because I hadn't, I guess I had the money, but I never really bothered to buy a capture card because I didn't think I'd ever, get that in depth with it. But once I started, recording with the PlayStation, I was really ecstatic. I was excited because it was, a totally different thing. And then the fact that you could actually edit videos on the PlayStation of your
Hmm.
gaming, that got me really excited. Um, and I actually hit 40 subscribers, which is more than I've ever attained before. I think the max I had at the time before was like 20, 25 maybe. But that was like mainly people from school.
Hmm.
But like the fact that I hit 40, and those are like at least over half of those are people I've never met before. I was very excited, and it's just, to see people enjoying your stuff. And I guess like you said, it's just having that sense of somebody listening, somebody there for you, and to watch your stuff. All it takes is for that one video to get to spike, and then your people are gonna know you're there. Like
Hmm.
it's kind of like um, speaking up in a way. Like if you're in a crowd and you speak up, and people are like, yeah, yeah, that what that guy says, and then they agree with you, and then they start following you,
Hmm.
and that's just how I see YouTube in a way is
Yeah, well put.
enjoy your company, your content. They'll follow you and agree and keep being your supporters.
And they'll let you know. I mean, the comment section can be brutal at times. They'll let you know if you're not doing your job.
Hmm.
They'll push you to do the best you can do, and that's all you can honestly ask for. Because who doesn't want to put out the best work they can, or put in the most effort that they can, um, just to put out the best product, that's they're capable of. I mean, we should all strive to do that. Granted, not everybody does, but you should want to do that because you should want to, you know, who
Hmm.
I mean, granted, your work's not going to be that good when you first start out, for sure. But you don't know the ropes. You're learning everything. Like for me, I'm learning everything as I go. It doesn't matter how many videos or whatever I watch, they help, but you don't really truly know it until you've done it. There's certain things in life where you can get like around that, but this is YouTube is one of those things. At least for me, maybe it's different for other people, but for me, I have to do it to figure out how I'm going to continue to do it and improve. And
Hmm.
I've been, like I said, my channel's small. I only have 5 subscribers so far, but I mean, not even though there hasn't been people like really like telling me like how to improve. I mean, I'll call like Troy or something, or you'll tell me like what I can do. But
Hmm.
I don't know. I can just kind of see for myself and see what I need to do. Like I decided, oh, I needed to put like an intro in this one and all that stuff. So it's just stuff that'll, you know, get better as time goes on. But if you know how to do something like later on and you're just not doing it because you're lazy, then I mean that's a shame on you. You should always be putting
Hmm.
your best foot forward.
I definitely, and this is part of the reason that I enjoyed YouTube is I actually enjoy video editing.
Mm-hmm.
And like for those just shouting this out there, because this is just an example, but I started a hunting channel with one of our friends from work. And not only do I enjoy hunting, obviously, but I also enjoy the fact that you can film it and make videos at it and stuff. The first video, I'm gonna admit, was crap. But as I figured out what I was doing, the most recent one I'm probably the most proud of, because
Mm-hmm.
I added music, I added, an introduction kind of thing. It just, the way it flowed, it just, you get better as you do it, is the thing. Nobody starts out perfect. I mean, it takes time, and it takes experience, and the more you do it, the more experience you get, the better your video qualities come, the better your videos come out to be. Like if we look back at all these famous gaming YouTubers, you see their first up, they probably were using a Dazzle Easy Cap,
Mm.
or I know some of them were using the, oh, it was that little USB kind of thing that you stuck in.
Oh yeah.
I forgot what it's called. I think isn't it Easy Cap?
I don't know anything about like the old cameras, but I know exactly what I've seen it. I don't know the names of that stuff though.
It's like a yellow, like I know it's yellow. It's like a yellow USB kind of thing. But a lot of YouTubers actually started with that, then moved their way up. They used the Dazzle, then they moved up to an HD PVR, then they moved up to an Elgato. It's just they figure it out and they get the money and
You work with what you got.
Yeah, you work with what you got, and you just kind of move your way up. And I just I so I support any YouTuber that started out that way. Now there are some people that they got lucky and other channels have shouted them out and then they
Definitely.
get that really quickly.
Definitely.
But for those that started out and slowly built their way up, I support you 100%. And
yeah, I mean, luck can be on all of our sides. If anybody gets lucky, and as long as they're putting out, like they actually care about what they're putting out, then I mean that's fine. You deserve it. But if you're someone who just gets lucky and just posts just these stupid videos just for, I mean, I can't really say I blame them because you got to make a living, but I don't know. It makes me look down on them more so, kind of like you said, and not respect them, not even close to as much as the people who have built their way up from like using those easy capture or whatever. Like for me, just starting out, I was having to use a thumbnail, or not a thumbnail, flash drive. Excuse me, flash drive. Put in my PlayStation, transfer everything. But I got a good setup now with my PC and all that. It's not perfect, but if you got the money and you want to do something, as long as you can afford to do it, even if it's going to hurt you a little bit, go ahead and do it. Because that's what's one really good thing that came from last year is that you need to give yourself a chance if you really want to do something. And not to brag about myself, I wanted to lose weight. I lost weight. I wanted to start a YouTube channel. Granted, it hasn't been doing great, but I've started a YouTube channel and I'm gonna stick with it. And honestly, a lot of the stuff that you think about, it's all in your mind. You just gotta have a strong mind and just determination to not give up and just battle through it. Because if you can overcome everything one step at a time, it'll be a lot easier than just trying to just jump straight into it. You just got to remember, just take one step at a time and don't give up, because if YouTube was easy, everybody would do it.
Yep. Everybody would be successful.
Everybody would be successful. Everybody would be millionaire. Everybody have 1 million subscribers. So that's another thing you got to look at it like through that lens too.
Yeah, no doubt. And that's something that what you said just then and there about taking one thing at a time, that is what has gotten me to the point I'm at now, and that's what's getting me through college and getting me through life itself. I know we're kind of deep into this, but it's just
go ahead, go deep.
It's but it's truth, because and this is something that my dad has told me. That's where I'm getting with this. He told me just take one hurdle at a time. And at the end, you're going to hit the finish line, and you're going to be happy, and you're going to be thankful that you made those hurdles because you made it. You're done. So it's like with YouTube. You do the hurdles. You do the ups and downs where you're at your lows and the times when you don't get sleep. But you stay up. You upload. You edit. Whatever. It's those hurdles. And then eventually you're going to get that finish line where you hit 1,000 subscribers, and then your channel starts getting bigger and bigger. And then you're not going to need to run over those hurdles anymore. You're just going to need to keep growing, because that's all you're going to do.
That was put very well. You got to I'm a huge procrastinator, but you got to, and even though you don't think you're being lazy, you got to get off your lazy ass and you got to actually do something with what you're given. Because like, for me, like I've looked back like, oh, I wanted to do YouTube, but I'd make excuses like, oh, I can't do it because this, I can't do it because that. I said, to hell with that. I bought a computer. I made sure I had all the equipment. Is it expensive? Yes. But you know what? Like I've said, you got the money. It's not going to kill you. Go ahead, do it. Why not? What have you got to lose? Because you can, if you don't give a shot to something you really want to do, you're probably going to regret it for the rest of your life. So why not just go ahead? Money's money. So you can go ahead and spend whatever money, not saying you need to be homeless, but spend that little bit of money if you want to. You're going to earn it back anyways. I mean, it's money. Like I said, don't go homeless, but If you want to do something and you got to spend a little extra money than you want to, who cares? Who cares? Because for me, I would rather know that I have put my time and effort into what I want to do, and I say, hey, I did this, even though if it didn't work out, whatever, you know. But I would much rather say that than like, oh, I'm 50 years old. Oh, I wish I would have did YouTube. Oh, that's not going to be me. I can't stand people that do that, and I feel sorry for people that never got to like do things that they wanted to. But you know, also people make the choices to set it up to where they can't do the things, and I want to feel bad, but I can't at the same time because like you've done those choices.
Yeah, it was their choices and
You
that
know.
kind of thing. So if you want to do YouTube, do it. If it doesn't pan out, then at least you tried. But more than likely, because of how YouTube is it's constantly growing because there's more people constantly coming in wanting to watch videos, whether it be tutorials on how to change oil in a car, or the new gaming news or sports or whatever. There's always going to be something that people are going to post.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's just um it's just one of those things that at some point you're going to gain that fame. It may not happen overnight, like you're saying. It's a time thing, but eventually you're going to get noticed, and eventually people are going to see what you're doing and how hard you're working, and it's going to pay off. And I feel like if you starting out with your channel, if you keep doing what you're doing, it's going to pay off in the long run, and it'll take some time. And I think I brought this up before in previous podcasts, and I apologize, but I'm looking at Mr. Beast with his thing because
One of the best examples.
fun fact, yeah, he started out. He uploaded like, I want to say several hundred videos before he finally started to kick off, for just because he was doing just crazy stuff. He was doing everything possible to gain attention, and all it took was one click to to share, and then all of a sudden millions and millions of people are watching his videos daily. And it's crazy because he's probably one of the fastest growing YouTubers
Oh yeah.
out, like no joke.
Yeah, I remember you talked to me about him one time. You're like, "Oh, have you seen Mr. B?" I'm like, "I don't even know who the hell that is." And then I looked him up, and I'm like, "This dude's pretty cool." And I saw his his first videos, and I mean, that dude busted his ass to get where he is. I mean, granted, he blew up like a balloon, but I mean, that's what happens when you put the work in, and he did. I don't care. Now he might do some clickbaitish kind of. Who cares? I think the man is going to be the biggest YouTuber. I think he's going to get bigger than PewDiePie.
No doubt. I mean, right now, I'm looking at it right now. He's got 51 million subscribers, and I remember when he just hit like a million.
That was like 2 years ago, I think.
Yeah, 2 years ago. It was maybe not even. It was probably a year and a half ago. Yeah. He's already 1 million just because it took one click.
And now he's in all these kinds of commercials and stuff, and you just can't help but love it. Like that dude has a set, and that's what you should strive to be. Granted, even if you do hit it big, it's probably not going to be anything like that. But I mean, you should always shoot for the stars. Like there's no limit. If you don't set a limit for yourself, there is no limit. If you don't set like a bar, you just got to keep raising it as you go too. And you'll just keep going up, because if you have it set right here, then if your potential is right here, you're never going to get up to your potential. So you got to set the bar as high as you can. Sounds corny, sounds childish. You hear that stuff in middle school and kindergarten. It's true. It is true.
And I guess another thing to note about Mr. Beast, one of the things that I find crazy is he tried so hard. There's a video of him literally counting, I think, to 100,000. Which you wouldn't think would be, all that special. It's like, oh, it's only 100,000. It took, I want to say, over a day.
Oh, I watched part of that. It was.
And the thing is, you think, oh, well, he must have skipped. No, he sat there and recorded himself doing it till the very end. And that's just the kind of stuff that people will go to in order to get that fame, which it works. I mean, it works. He gained that fame because he did something that caught people's attention. So when you get that attention, it's gonna all you can do is explode and gain fame.
For
So
sure.
once you get that fame, it's kind of once you get that fame or that popularity, I should say, it's kind of hard to lose it because people already know who you are. Like there's a lot of YouTubers that, granted, they'd gone downhill because they, were stupid, but they're still well known. Like I'm not going to point any names out there, but I'm just saying, like there's some YouTubers that they messed up, and a lot of people dislike them now, but their fame isn't going to die because a lot of people still know who they are, you know. So your fame can only increase; it can't decrease.
That is for sure, unless you know, I don't know what the right word would be, like, unless you, we'll just say, hugely screw up. I guess that's the best way
Yeah.
to put it. But yeah, I guess we can go to like, what we're trying to do now. You talked about your hunting channel, Hometown Hunters, correct?
Yes.
We'll go ahead and we'll put that in the description as well. Go ahead, and if you like hunting content, go ahead and subscribe to that.
Just putting on a note real quick. There was another Hometown Hunters, and granted, I started my channel before them, but they started posting before me, and I said, you know what, that's fine. You keep the title. We're Missouri Hometown Hunters, so that's the name of the channel. But anyway, just want to throw that. I just want to keep it even, so I don't want to pick anybody off. So.
Yep, it'll be down in the description below, and like I said, we can talk about where we're kind of like what our plan is, I guess you'd say now. So my plan for YouTube, I plan on trying to upload, every day. We'll see how that goes. I at least want to upload 5 videos a week at bare minimum, one through each day of the week. Whether what I'm doing right now is I'm recording, like at nighttime I'll record, and then I'm like one day ahead recording wise. So I always have a video ready for the next day. So that way, if I want to take a day off or whatever, I can. And but that's what I have going on right now. And my goal is just, kind of like I told you, just to work as much as I can over this summer. I'm currently in college. This is going to be my last semester that I'm going to take this semester to get my 2-year degree. And then I'm planning on taking a break from college. Who knows if I'll go back? Maybe not. We'll see. But I want to give myself a real chance to do YouTube. So I plan on just working a lot this summer and then taking the entire fall to probably next springtime, like off, and just work as hard as I can and try to really build this YouTube thing up, because you got to give it your all. You really do. And time is the most important thing, in my opinion, besides, the equipment. You need time, and you need to use that time wisely. And if you have enough time, you should be obtainable, and you can make even better and more quality content with the time that you're given. So that's kind of my plan. I plan on finishing this Let's Play. I'm doing a Let's Play on Skyrim. It's modded. I'm having a blast doing it. And I'll probably throw some top 10 videos in there from here every now and then. And also, I don't know, maybe gaming news will be something I'll dabble into, but we'll just see wherever, I wind up. But that's kind of my plan. Again, Divulgent Drew Gaming, it'll be down in the description. I'll go ahead and subscribe if you want to. You don't have to. I'm just saying you can if you want to. And that's my goal, at least for the near future. What about you?
Oh, as far as YouTube goes, are you talking like in general?
I mean,
like,
you can do whatever, but I mean,
okay. Well, okay. Obviously, I'm in college too. Like we're both in college, so it's kind of hard to do these things or whatever. And I'm also in a hard moment when it comes to money. So I haven't been able to, in time, like you said, time, biggest factor of everything, not only with college, but also with your downtime as well. But I would definitely like to start uploading back on my YouTube channel again because I enjoyed it. I enjoyed playing games with you guys. It is so much fun when, to record and then upload it. And, like I'm scrolling through right now. Some of my videos only have like 8 views, but some of them have like 20. And I know it wasn't all me, but I would definitely in the future like to start up my gaming channel again and upload more and play with you guys more, and maybe even do kind of what you or Troy have been talking about, maybe like a let's play or something. Like I would definitely like to get back into it. Um, but I'm going to do exactly what you said. I'm going to work my, pardon my language, ass off during the summer to get that money so I can um, get back into it, because I just really miss it. And I haven't had much time to do that because of life, and life gets in the way of a lot of things. But
Mm-hmm.
um, I just really miss it. And I'm one of those guys that I try to do it all, and I know it's not the best, but I also don't mind it because I'm testing myself and I'm showing that I can do multiple things at once. So I can game, I can put gaming videos up, I can work, I can go to school, I can film hunts and put the hunts up there and that kind of thing. I can go hunting, and I just I don't know. I'm just kind of one of those people that can somewhat multitask, somewhat cannot. But I guess as far as YouTube, I definitely want to keep up with it because I enjoy it, and that's kind of what you mentioned. It's not for fame necessarily, but to look back on the memories and to enjoy them. And that's part of the reason with the hunting channel too, is to remember those hunts and realize how much fun I had filming it and how much fun I had editing it. So, but yeah, that's that's what my future looks like as far as YouTube and life. So,
All right. Well, I'm trying to think of anything else we can cover. I'm kind of thinking we probably hit the nail on the head for the most part, unless you're thinking of anything.
oh, we hit it pretty good. I mean, I definitely had fun talking about this stuff though, because
No, I did too. I really did. I guess we'll just give a few words of advice and then we'll close it out. All I got to say, if you have a dream and you want to pursue it, go ahead and do it. Because if you don't, you're going to regret it for the rest of your life. Put the time, put the effort in to whatever you're trying to do, no matter what it is that you want to do. And even if you don't succeed at first, try again.
mm-hmm.
And you know what? Even if you do give up at some point and it doesn't, come to fruition, just know that you gave your best effort and at least you tried. But if you didn't give your best effort, then you're never going to get the best results that you can get. So always give your best. And that's my words of advice.
Amen to that. And leading off of that, like you said, it's just one of my favorite quotes. And I don't think it's really from a person, because I know Never Give Up was from a president, I believe. But as far as this quote, it's if you want something, or if you want it, earn it. And that's something that I feel like with this situation, kind of, if you want to be famous and you want to, or not, if you want to succeed as far as YouTube or whatever, earn it. You can't just, piggyback off of somebody. You need to earn it yourself. And that way, in the end, not only did you succeed, but you know that it was you that, put forth the effort, and you're here because of yourself. And I just feel like that's one of the biggest things with YouTube is a lot of people look at what they got now and they're thankful for it. So just, you want it, earn it, work for it.
I think that's very well put. That's going to do it for this episode of Press Play Podcast. Go ahead and check out all of our socials in the description and check out our YouTube channels. We'll see you on the next time, guys. I don't know when exactly we'll upload next, but we will definitely have an episode to you as soon as we can.
And
Easy, guys.
hopefully we can get all the boys together.
Yeah, hopefully we can have everybody together because that's a cluster, you know what, at this point. So who knows? We're doing the best we can, though. All right.
So,
you guys have a good one. Take it easy.
peace.